What's going on, people? It's ChoppzTV and I'm back with another video. So today we're going to be talking the Emirates, the game at the weekend, Sancho Ten Hag beef, and we'll see what else as we go on. But first things first, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And obviously if you're a new watcher, welcome. But first, before I get into what I'm going to talk about, big up all of you lot, yeah, damn 101 people that have subscribed to the channel. We passed 100 last week, so I'm kind of all proud of that. Good start after the season. So let's hope we get more. But let's start off with the game at the Emirates on the weekend. See, with me, I find us really boring to watch. We were a hard watch, I can't lie. A very, very hard watch. But the fact that, in my opinion, Arsenal weren't good. I thought they were rubbish. I weren't really threatened by them in the game. The Garnacho disallowed goal, it's offside. And I'll get to the manager in a minute. The Hoyland penalty claim, 6 to 10, half of the dozen, whatever the saying is. It weren't a penalty. Havertz diving. Arsenal walk away with a 3-1 win. There's a couple of players I want to talk about, and some fans ain't going to like it, but here I am, I couldn't care less. First player is in the team, our captain, our club captain, Portuguese international, creative monster, as Kevin De Bruyne says. But I'm sorry, Bruno Fernandes in the big games, as I said, if you don't like it, then that's tough. In the big games, he just doesn't cut it. He doesn't. That's why with me, if anyone can find a video of me saying Bruno's better than Odegaard, I'll rate it, but you ain't gonna find it. Odegaard's clear. At everything that a number 10 should do, Odegaard is clear. Bruno might have the better stats on paper or whatever, but even saying that, Odegaard had better stats than Bruno last season in the Premier League. But anyway, in terms of chance creation, all of this nonsense, yes, Bruno creates chances because he flipping spams the ball. Like every time he gets the ball, he spams it. One of these spams are eventually gonna work off. The guy can't dribble. Like, I'm not like, this feels like I'm trying to dig him out, but if we want to be winning big trophies, I don't think he's the guy to take us there, I'll be honest. Because in terms of like number 10s, like I don't even think he's, like technically, like listen to what I'm saying, technically he's not even better than James Maddison. He ain't. He's not better than James Maddison on a technical level. Maddison can dribble, Bruno Fernandes can't. To fair, Bruno can pass, but for every pass he gives the ball away. James Maddison doesn't do that. And he just makes the right decisions, Maddison, whereas Bruno doesn't. Sometimes I'll see him take a shot from 25 yards, 30 yards. Just make an extra pass. Keep the ball ticking. He done it against Tottenham as well. He done my head in. But big games, I'm sorry, Bruno doesn't do it. I can't think of... Like, my friends like to tell me about the Manchester derby that we won 2-0. But if you ask me, Anthony Martial or Fred were man of the match that game, not Bruno. I was going to put it out there, it weren't Bruno. Another player I want to touch on, yeah, where he's the only player in a big game, even though he doesn't do anything else. He's the only player in the big game that I trust to score a goal. Marcus Rashford. His record against the big six is very good, but when he isn't scoring, he's not doing anything. And he gets his praise when he plays well. When he doesn't play well, he deserves criticism. He does. There's no walking away from that. He deserves criticism, and that's what we'll get. He's so predictable. You always know he's going to come inside. His decision making is shocking. And it's mad because in the fan base, these are our two best players apparently. So if them two are our two best players, we're in big trouble, you know. Big trouble. Big trouble. Deadline day, we got Reguilon for the door, Amrabat, the goalkeeper, and flipping Johnny Evans as well. Why the hell are we bringing Johnny Evans on at the Emirates? You know the centre-back partnership we ended it with? Maguire and Evans. And don't even get me started on Martinez because he's had a poor start to the season as well. And he framed an injury to get himself off the pitch. And I don't think it's nothing to do with Eddie Nketiah. I just think he maybe just couldn't be bothered. Because he's training with the Argentinian national team. He's there. A day later, he was there. So I don't know what that's all about. And then it brings me on to the manager now. So I know a lot of fans say, oh, it's the Glazers, it's the Glazers, it's the Glazers. The Glazers are to blame for some aspects of like certain things. Not to do with the players that we signed though. I'll be honest, nothing to do with the players that we signed. Everything that I was like around the club, taking money out of the club, the training facilities, same as they were when Ronaldo was there first time round. There's a load of other things like they don't care about the club. People could say, oh, they've spent money. Yeah, not the club's money. I mean, not their money. The club's money that they're taking out of the club and putting this in more debt each year. And fans, opposing fans that don't understand that, then just let your agenda suit your agenda, and it couldn't like do what you're doing. Couldn't care less. But as for the manager, yeah, he needs to like take some responsibility as well, because he's still starting Anthony Martial. Like, don't get me wrong, Martial, like, everyone knows how much I love Martial, but he's not cutting it right now. Like, even the things, like, little things that he was good at holding the ball, he's not even that good at that now. I just don't know what's happened to him. Like, he can't move. Like, I feel like the injury that he suffered under Ali has finished him. It has finished him, because I can't tell you one thing that this guy's good at right now. And it's sad to see. It really is sad to see. He doesn't pick himself, it's the manager. The manager authorised Johnny Evans coming through the door. Like the same way he's frozen Donny van der Beek out. If he wanted Harry Maguire out of the club, he should have frozen him out too, and made him leave. Maybe he would have went to West Ham. Who knows? Excuse me. Who else? Casemiro. I don't think he was great against Arsenal on the weekend either, but he's got a leg to stand on. He's 5 times Champions League winner. Give him his time. Flipping out. How am I forgetting this? The Brazilian winger that he brought in from Ajax for £80 million, who, for all we know, at the Emirates might have been his last game of the season, or for the club. Full stop. If the charges that he's been had against him come to fruition, if that's the case, he better hope he fares better in the wing down them sides than he does for Manchester United Football Club. And that's the truth. That is the God's honest truth. And then we have Ten Hag again with the Sancho situation. But before we get into that, after the game, like, I get it, a lot of emotions, but to sit there and make excuses as to why we lost, I'm sorry, ain't good enough. It's not good enough. Garnacho was offside, fact. The Højlund one isn't a penalty. Kai Havertz, goal disallowed. No, not goal disallowed, penalty overturned. Wow, there's one more instance in it. But Bukayo Saka should have been sent off. We all know it. If that was Casemiro, he would have been off. It's a fact. Whether you like it or not, that's a fact. Let's talk about Jadon Sancho and Erik Ten Hag now. Erik Ten Hag came out and said Sancho was left out of the squad completely because of his training performances. Sancho comes out and responds. It's a 50-50 situation. I'm on both sides. No, I'm not on both sides, but I see both sides, is what I should have said. Let's talk from the manager's point of view first, because he was the one that started this. From the manager's point of view, is he entitled to call Sancho out in public? Maybe. He's the manager, so he can do what the hell he wants. Of course he can. Do I think he's been completely honest about his training performances? I'm 50-50 on it, because he's not the only one that's complained about this. Dortmund complained, and City did when he was a youngster, and so is Gareth Southgate. There's kind of an agenda against him, potentially. So, Ten Hag also played him in the false 9 in pre-season. Was our best player. Come this season, every time he's come off the bench, he's come on the left. I don't get it. And he's left Rashford up front. I don't understand that. And the reason I don't understand that, if I'm Jadon Sancho, yeah, I've been the best United player in pre-season. In my head, I would have started him in the first game of the season. I would have. But he didn't get a start. And even when he's come on, Spurs away, he weren't really great. Forest, I don't want to say he was great, but Wolves, when he came on, him and Eriksen made a difference. And he deserved to start against Tottenham, but it is what it is. For me, I don't think he's been given a fair chance by the manager. I get it, it's his 3rd season, but think of it like this. He came in under a struggling group. Ali was the manager who couldn't get a result to save his life before he was sacked. Ralph Rangnick came in, same process. And to be honest, Ralph Rangnick was when Sancho probably played his best football. And why was that? Because he got a run of games. Do you see what I mean? Gets a run of games. Ten Hag comes through the door now. Yeah, okay. Sancho was going through whatever he was going through last season. He was going through what he was going through. Ten Hag, take 3 months out, go over to Holland, train with my coaches, and when you're in a better like headspace, then come back. So I rate Ten Hag for doing that, but fans getting on Sancho's case for him speaking out against the manager. I think he's in his rights to defend himself. At the end of the day, if he feels that he trains hard enough, then he's allowed to say that he's defending himself. The fact that, again, as I said before and I stated before, and I'm going to reiterate it, the fact he was our best player in pre-season, I think the whole thing about him being bad in training is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. He was saying like a couple of weeks before that he's been doing good in training. So which one is it? I don't get it. I don't understand it. People say back the manager and that, but there's a lot of things that he's doing right now that I can't back. I can't lie. Not even just with the Sancho thing, just in general, his decisions, substitutions, his team selections, the way we're playing football. And I don't want to hear no one say, oh, give him time to build his team in his image. He has got this season, because as I said, Postecoglou's got Spurs cooking right now. De Zerbi at Brighton, look at what they're doing. You can't tell me that he needs time, because I reel off the players that he signed as well on his watch. Anthony, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Onana, Weghorst, Sabitzer, Amrabat, 7. The goalkeeper that we signed, I can't pronounce the name, that's 8 already. Regular, 9. Malacia, 10. And even then I still feel like I've missed someone out. But we're talking 10 players, that's almost a whole team, guys. That's almost a whole team. The Brathwaite, 11. I know that was a loan that got terminated early, but it still counts. He signed him, he authorised that. 11 players this guy has brought in. And we're not no better than what we was before. We're not. I'm not seeing any patterns of play. I'm not excited when I watch the team. And like I said, you can argue that we've got, flipping off, we've got Mason Mount, 12. We can 12 players that he signed. We can argue that they need time to bed in or whatnot. That's fine. See, I've even forgotten another one. 13, Christian Eriksen. So he's not looking good for him. It's not looking good for him at all. Like, for me, he's got this season. I'm not going to be like, Ten Hag out or anything like that before the end of the season, unless it gets like that. But if he was sacked at the end of the season, I don't think he could have any complaints. I'll be honest. I don't feel like he could. But that's just my opinion. But I weren't even expecting this video to be this long, guys. But you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video. Share the video. And I'm ChoppzTV. And I'm out.